They say lightning gave him life, a stitched-together corpse risen from the grave, cursed to walk the earth in agony. We all know Frankenstein's monster, but do we really know where he came from? Tonight, we're peeling back the stitches to uncover the truth behind Frankenstein's monster, from Mary Shelley's twisted inspiration to how this creature has evolved through horror films, comics, and even a ride in Universal's brand new epic universe. This is no campfire tale. This is literary terror turned immortal. Let's begin. Before he was a horror icon, Frankenstein's monster was just an idea. A dark thought in the mind of Mary Shelley, a teenager with tragedy in her past and lightning in her imagination. It was 1816. The world was in chaos. Volcanoes had darkened the skies, crops were failing, and Europe was locked in a gloomy, apocalyptic summer. Mary Shelley, just 18 years old, was traveling through Switzerland with her lover, poet Percy Bysshe Shelley. They were invited to stay with Lord Byron, another infamous poet, in a mansion on the edge of Lake Geneva. To pass the time during the stormy nights, Byron suggested a game. Each guest should write a ghost story. Mary had writer's block, until a nightmare hit her. She dreamed of a scientist, hunched over a body. A machine sparks to life. The corpse begins to move. She later wrote, "I saw the pale student of unhallowed arts kneeling beside the thing he had put together." That dream became the seed of Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus, published in 1818. But Mary's monster wasn't born from fiction alone. She was fascinated by galvanism, the use of electric current to bring dead tissue to life. Scientists at the time were experimenting on frogs, dogs, even human corpses. One showman, Giovanni Aldini, reportedly made a decapitated criminal's body twitch, open its eyes, and move under electrical current. This was the world Mary Shelley lived in, one foot in enlightenment, the other in the grave. The original Frankenstein was a Gothic masterpiece, but the movies turned it into a pop culture legend. The most famous portrayal? Boris Karloff's 1931 version in Frankenstein, produced by Universal Pictures. Gone was Shelley's articulate, poetic creature. In his place, a silent, lumbering brute with bolts in his neck, a flat head, and stitched skin. Karloff's makeup and expression created a new icon, one who evoked fear and sympathy. In Bride of Frankenstein, 1935, the monster becomes even more tragic, craving love only to be rejected. Since then, Frankenstein's monster has appeared in Hammer horror films in the 1950s and 60s. Monster mashups like Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein cartoons like The Munsters and Hotel Transylvania, and even weird crossovers, like Frankenstein versus Dracula and Frankenstein Conquers the World. Yes, that's real. Some versions make him a killer. Others make him a victim. But in every case, he's a reflection of human fears. Science gone too far. The cost of playing God, and the horror of being truly alone. Then came the comics. Frankenstein's monster has battled everything from aliens to Nazis. In Marvel Comics, he's fought alongside Dracula and even against Spider-Man. DC took it further, creating Frankenstein, Agent of Shade, where the monster becomes a sword-wielding, undead superhero fighting supernatural threats. It's wild, it's bizarre. And it proves just how flexible this creature has become, a blank canvas for every kind of monster story. But no matter how many times he gets reinvented, Frankenstein's monster always comes back. Because we're still haunted by the same question Mary Shelley asked over 200 years ago. What happens when man plays God? Now, the legend has come roaring back to life, not in a book or a movie, but as a ride. Universal's epic universe has officially opened its doors in Orlando, and one of the biggest standouts is the land known as Dark Universe, a shadowy Gothic realm dedicated to the classic monsters. At the heart of it all is the ride fans can't stop talking about: Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment. And let's be clear, this isn't just a ride, it's an experience. A full-blown cinematic horror adventure on a track. Guests are taken deep into Dr. Frankenstein's lab, where everything goes horribly, electrically wrong. The monster breaks free, but he's not alone. Riders encounter the Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, the Mummy, the Wolfman, and more, all brought to life with stunning animatronics, practical effects, and eerie Gothic show scenes. Critics and fans alike are calling it one of the greatest dark rides ever built, with some of the most realistic monster animatronics ever seen in a theme park. So who is Frankenstein's monster really? A symbol of science without conscience? A lost soul begging to be loved? A villain? A victim? He's all of it, and more. Mary Shelley didn't just invent a monster. She created a mirror, one that still reflects our darkest fears. And whether he's on the page, the screen, or a high-speed theme park ride, Frankenstein's monster still walks among us, stitched together from the dead, born in a storm, and always watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you love horror history, creepy facts, and the dark side of pop culture. This has been the Monster Legends channel, giving you the truth behind Frankenstein's monster. See you in the lab, if you survive.